Oh boy, let me tell you, the gun haters, the DCU haters, whatever you want to call them, the Snyder cultists, I don't know. There's a whole bunch of names for them. They all went crazy yesterday for a multitude of reasons. But there's two things I want to highlight today. The first is, well, this whole Joe Rogan thing. All right. So Joe Rogan the other day, he has a podcast and he talks about a plethora of things. And apparently, I don't know what clip this is from. I don't listen to his podcast on a regular basis. Just whenever I see interesting topics, I will watch and listen to his show. But apparently he had some of his cronies, his buddies on there, and they talked about the Superman teaser that dropped a couple months ago. And, well, the Snyder Bros decided to share a clip of this and saying, well, that's it. The movie is cooked because this is your general audience. This is your audience. Well, is it really, though? Let's take a look here at exactly what was going on, okay? Let's take a look here.
This part's a little tough. I don't know how Joe's going to take this. Maybe.
What's going on?
Is he running through the storm there?
No, this is I haven't seen this in a
Let me
Superman
see
movie.
this.
No,
Let me see this. A dog saves him.
No, you're not. First of all,
Jesus Christ.
you're not
Hold
watching
on.
it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're all talking over each other, first of all right? We don't know exactly everything they're looking because they're not showcasing or showing the trailer. First off, they're talking about Crypto saving Superman here. And they're like, oh, man, what is this? What are they doing? What, really? A dog?
Wait a minute. Is that a fucking
Matthew,
super dog?
look at this.
Is that a super dog?
I'm out. First of all,
And then one of the guys goes, I'm out. I'm out because there's a dog saving Superman. Okay? Obviously, this person doesn't understand Superman comics. But again, they're saying this is the general audience, which is correct. The general audience wouldn't necessarily know about Crypto, wouldn't understand that there was a dog in the comics named Crypto, superpowers, and all that jazz. Okay? But let's also not forget that this is the beginning of the marketing. The marketing is going to sell this throughout the next several months. Let's continue.
if you're not watching it with the sound,
That dog
then you
had a
should just
cape.
shut it off.
Yeah, that dog.
Okay, so then you have a guy right there who says, if you're not watching it with the sound, you should shut it off. Which, obviously, if you would watch the whole clip, that means they're not watching it with the sound. They're not listening and really getting a feel for this teaser. They're not understanding what is going on in this teaser. They just see Crypto and they're like, oh, I'm out. Let's not forget that a trailer, a teaser, is not just about one or two instances. The teaser, a trailer, is about many moments to pull in a large audience, to grasp different type of audience, audience members. So the little Crypto thing, while I think it's adorable, my kids, my daughter absolutely thinks Crypto is adorable. My mom thinks Crypto is adorable. But my sons, who think Crypto's all right, they like seeing Green Lantern. They like seeing the big kaiju beast in the action. Again, that's what a teaser is about. A teaser is about showing and highlighting moments of a movie to get people interested.
It doesn't do it
Look at
justice.
Lex Cooper. Does the dog fly? Lex Luthor.
Can I?
No, you
just,
said Lex Cooper.
Can I just tell you?
See, and now this is just a bunch of buddies sitting around, joking around about something they see. Okay? I've done that with things that I love. Okay? I'll sit there with my buddies and talk about, like, I love Star Wars. I love the original trilogy. I love the prequel trilogy. I've sat around with my buddies, joking around and making fun of things that I even love. Okay, you do that. You'll sit around with a beer, smoking a stogie and just sitting there joking around about things that you love. You do that. That's what he's doing here with his buddies. They're all sitting there joking around. Does this mean they're not going to go see it? Honestly, they're probably going to go see it. They're just joking around. But again, you take a look and you see, like, okay, is this really the general audience? Okay, I could play the whole clip. I'm not going to because there is a whole bunch more to it. Now let's go to this here, because this is important here. This is very, very important because people seem to forget that there is more than just one quadrant of men out there. There are 4 quadrants of an audience. You have male over 25, you have female over 25, you have male under 25, and you have female under 25. That's what the studio goes for. Joe Rogan and his cronies are the male over 25, and they're the way over 25. They're like a quarter of the male over 25. So they're a quarter of the quadrant. They're not encapsulating the whole general audience. Like I said just a little bit ago, when you're looking at a teaser, you're trying to hit many moments to hit many different types of people in the audience. That specific moment in the trailer that they were sitting there ragging on was crypto. That's it. That's all they were ragging on, was the crypto scene. If they were to watch the entire trailer and the entire teaser and listen to it with sound and not be sitting there with their homies and drinking whiskey and smoking stogies and stuff like that, maybe it would hit them a little bit more impactful. Perhaps. Not saying it definitely would, but perhaps it would. So, all you doofuses out there who are trying to push your narrative, you're leaving out another clip. You're leaving out another clip. Because in the same breath of all of that,
Gunn could do any wrong.
I agree.
He's great.
James Gunn,
He's the man.
He's
look,
the man. I'll see
all
it for him.
3 Guardians of the Galaxies were fucking
Phenomenal.
He knows how to make you care about characters that you never heard about.
I don't care about
Like
that
a
dog.
fucking, like a
That
raccoon.
fake Superman dog.
You're right.
Look, in the comic books, it's Superman dog.
Did you like Guardians of the Galaxy?
Crypto,
Yes.
the super dog.
Did you like...
Here's
Hey,
a dog. He
hey,
drags
Mr. Grown-Up,
Superman.
did you
to
like,
safety.
did you like Guardians of the Galaxy?
I did.
Oh, well, there's a talking raccoon. How could you watch that?
I loved it.
Talking tree.
You know
Listen,
what?
You know what,
Groot.
dude? You know what? If anybody can make a
That's
super
Vin
dog
Diesel.
awesome, it's
Does a good
James
job.
Gunn. I'm with you.
James Gunn.
Didn't they try canceling James Gunn for being mean on
I
set?
think so, yeah.
Did they?
Yeah,
He's
he
too
was
great.
like,
He's
what?
too talented.
see, they then sit there and they talk about how great James Gunn is. And they all agree, yeah, James Gunn is a fantastic director. He makes you care about a raccoon, a talking tree, all of this. He is a good director. As you see, this is what buddies do. When you sit around and you start ragging on something, and there's that one person who's there that's like, hold up, guys, hold up. XYZ. And then everybody's like, well, you know what? You're right. You're right. You can pull out a clip about people ragging on something, and then you turn it around because once your friends and your buddies start putting things together, like, you know what? It isn't exactly what you're saying or what you're thinking and how you're looking at it. And that's how it comes together. Look, my goal, as I always say, is to push the false information, the misinformation, the false narratives, the lies away, to understand why they are pushing these ridiculous narratives out there. It's all because they're scared. The Snyder Bros are scared because if this movie is successful, that all but solidifies the fate of the Snyderverse. And whether they realize it or not, the fate of the Snyderverse was solidified. It is basically showcased that, yes, it is dead. It is done. It is not coming back at this point in time. It's gone. But they, for some reason, have this little hope that it is coming back, that it will be here. And they tried to showcase it on February 14th, 2/14, because that's a big day for them, because 2/14, that the Snyder Cut was originally going to be 214 minutes long, blah, 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 all that jazz. And honestly, they shared a day on February 14th of running around and posting, release the Snyder Cuts and sell Zack Snyder's Justice League to Netflix and all that jazz. And, well, Superman and DC decided to post some things as well, showcasing the love between Superman and Lois, because it's Valentine's Day. Well, what did these Snyder Bros do? Well, they went and bombarded those posts, hashtagging release the Snyder Cut, blah, blah, blah. And that's not my Superman. Not my Superman. That's what they were doing. Look, it's getting out of hand. It's ridiculous. Come on, guys. You know it's ridiculous. I know it's ridiculous. We all know it's ridiculous. But the worst part about it, and I give credit to Shazzy Boy 50 here because he screenshot all of this. He goes, just nothing but a bunch of versions. They all spent Valentine's Day beating their meats to Henry Cavill's Man of Steel. Hilarious. It's hilarious because it's pretty true. But I want to point this out, and I shared this on X. I said the funny thing about them all posting pics of Cavill as Superman, specifically from Snyder stuff, is when Cavill did plan on coming back, which was in Black Adam, and then he made his announcement saying, I'm coming back, it wasn't going to be that version. That's something that so many people don't realize, and if they do realize it, they forget or they ignore. Because he spoke about it. He spoke about it in Variety. What he said in Variety is, I want Superman to be hopeful. I'm bringing a hopeful Superman into it. Look, that's why he chose the blue suit from Man of Steel, and they brightened it up. That's why he chose the little spit curl in his hair, the curly Q in his hair. That's why he chose the John Williams theme in Black Adam, because he wanted a more hopeful, new approach to differentiate everything from what came before. That was the Superman that you were going to get. You were not going to get the Zack Snyder Superman that was portrayed by Henry Cavill. You were going to get a new one. And what happened? Everybody who sits there and is a Snyder fan was pissed off. You all pushed back on it. All of you. I was there. I saw the posts. You were all posting saying, not my Superman. That's not what we want. You guys didn't go see Black Adam. You guys did not support it. Not only that, but you never support Henry Cavill. None of his movies, none of his projects are making any money because none of you are supporting him. If you guys actually enjoyed or liked Henry Cavill, you would support him. You would show Warner Brothers how big of a star he actually is. But he's not that big of a star. Look, I like Henry Cavill. I watched almost all of his projects. Not all of them, but almost all of them. And I like him as an actor. Some of his projects have been crap, not necessarily because of him, but the projects themselves just haven't been good. But I like Henry Cavill. But do you? Or is it the thought that, hey, Henry Cavill coming back means that there's a chance for the Snyderverse coming back? When in reality, Henry Cavill, believe it or not, didn't want to go that direction. But you all ignore that. Or do you forget it? It's a little piece of history that you like to twist because it doesn't fit your narrative. It's pathetic. It's ridiculous. I don't know. I want to know what you guys think about all this. It's all interesting. I know it is. It's interesting, but it needs to be talked about. You know, people come at me all the time and say, Robert is obsessed with this, or Slav's obsessed with this, and he won't leave the Snyder cult alone. It's all about making sure that this misinformation stops getting put out there. That's what I'm doing. You put out this misinformation, of course I'm going to address it. This whole stuff about the Superman stuff with Joe Rogan, you guys are lying. You guys are posting misinformation. You guys are not telling the whole truth. That's why I put it out there. That's why I do what I do. Let me know your thoughts, though, in the comments below. I want to know what you guys think. Hit that like button. Hit subscribe. Follow us on Discord. You can find the link in the description. I want to build that community up. Should be a good time. Yeah, we have a Facebook page now. Follow us there, for updates and stuff. Find me on X, obviously. But with all that said, guys, I will catch you all later.